Welcome to Brook Warehouse Management System demonstration. Today I'd like to show you how we can connect Sage 200 via the Brook console onto a handheld device, whereby we will enter a purchase order through Sage 200, send it down via the Brook console onto the handheld, receive the goods in and send the information back via the console into Sage 200, and how that is such a simple move. What I've done for the purpose of the demonstration is I have projected the handheld onto the screen here so that you can follow the handheld process. Behind the scenes, what I have is the Brook console, and where we're going to be concentrating on is under the supply chain area, and what we're going to do is look in the queue changes so that we can watch the synchronization take place live. So if we start today just on the Sage 200 piece, and in Sage 200, for anybody who's already got Sage 200, we're presented here with a list of purchase orders. And what we'll do is we will enter a new purchase order. You select your supplier. So enter the supplier, select the location that you wish to order for. You can enter various dates and references as you see fit. For the moment, we're just going to enter in the product codes. So if we get the antiseptic disinfectant, we will organise ordering one of those. The price will be taken from either the last buy price or the supplier's list price. Click Save, and we'll select our next product here, a yogurt drink. And if we take one of those there, again the price is taken from the system. Click on Save, click Closed. We can see we have two products here. We don't have any received or invoice quantities at this point in time. Click Save, put in any reference number that we wish to. Our purchase order is 5605. Click on OK and Close. If we refresh the screen here, we can see our purchase order has now appeared. We will go to the print option. Display for any unprinted purchase orders. There's our Ballymount one. Click on Print, and the order has been successfully printed. Come out of there, and there's a paper version of our purchase order which we can email or fax over to our supplier. If we pop into our console and we have a look down on here, we can see that we've got a purchase order with item 1 and item 5 on it, the antiseptic and the yogurt drink, and you can see the purchase order number there, 5605. So what we'll do is we will pop into our handheld device. So we're in the anticipation that people will have these handheld devices in the warehouse and waiting for deliveries to arrive at the back door. Click on our Windows button and we will enter into the Brook SCM. Enter a username. We've got the keyboard on the handheld to use this, and a password. The system is indicating here that it's not offline. The system can be used offline. For the purpose of the demonstration, we'll be using everything online, so it's syncing immediately. Click OK. So what we're brought into is various modules in the system. Today we're concentrating on the WMS. Once we've logged into our handheld, we're presented with a couple of modules, one being the pick, the stock movements and the goods in. Today we're concentrating on the goods in. It will check the user count that's here. Once it's freed up, I can pop in here and I can look for my purchase order number. I'd expect this to be on my documentation that's being presented to me. So therefore I could key it in, or I can look it up on the list of outstanding purchase orders. I can see here the items that it's expecting to receive. I can see what's outstanding, whether it's been previously received, and the purchase order number. The purpose of displaying the purchase order number again here is because I can have multiple purchase orders. I may have submitted multiple purchase orders to my suppliers. They've all come in on the one container. I can also use the suspend option. Therefore, I could have part received any part of the container. Once I'm ready to progress, I click on the receive. I click on pick up my first item to scan. It's presented me with the antiseptic disinfectant and the quantity. I can default that as 1 being yes. So I click on OK and I wish to save the line. The next item I wish to scan This item in fact is a batch number expected on it, so I must key in the batch number. If the batches are scannable, I can scan these, and I can scan any number of batches that I need to. I put in the sell by dates, and the reason it's prompting for sell by dates and use by dates is due to the product settings in Sage 200. I click into my quantity and I enter the quantity. I click OK to confirm this. It's telling me that all have been received, so I can finish this item. It's now come back and said, is there any more items to be scanned? No, in the case of nothing left on my trolley or pallet. So I go back to the order. I can see the 2 items here. I can see now that the outstanding quantity is 1 and the received quantity is 1. So this has been received in full. Once that's the case, I can click on the complete. No reference number has been added, which is a mandatory field in Sage. So I must go in here and enter something in. Once I've done that, I'm prompted again just to complete the order. Confirm the purchase order has been received, yes. Just to reconfirm there, if I go back into the Find button, my purchase order has now disappeared. If I go back to the console, you can see here that we've been indicated that the goods have been received for 5605 by the Brook user, and it's changing the action on these 2 stock items. Once I go back into Sage 200, I can highlight the purchase order. I can go into the view, which is 5605. I can see these are my 2 items. Click the show quantities, and you can see now that I've received these 2 items. Thank you very much for your time. That's the end of the session.